money still chasing the mill. Wasn't lucky, I've been in the field. Got money still chasing the mill. Wasn't lucky, I've been in the field.
Welcome to In the Field Radio. I'm Erin Boogie. I'm here with Rapz.
Hey, you know what it is. Another Monday night, another 10 p.m. 91.3 FM WVKR.
Poughkeepsie Independent Radio.
See, there you go.
Yo, before we get into it, I just want to say the Honey Bxby, Mellow Vibes, and the Don Q Day recaps are all out on podcast platforms. Shout out to whoever downloaded 43 episodes last week. That's a lot of In the Field Radio to digest in one sitting. And shout out to all the international listeners that tap in. We got a lot of people that tune in from Japan, Poland, Russia, Germany.
I was going to say, how's it looking in Jamaica? I was going to say, because I know we just had Rasa Jai. We just had Mellow Vibes on the show. You know, Foreign Dre is an artist that we spin on here. Like, what's it looking like from Jamaica? Is the stats there?
It's not on there, but it's not like all our stats are not everything is showing. And I know that for a fact. So, and I know that actually Buzzsprout was just having, which is our podcast hosting platform, was just having some issues. So I don't know if they are tapping in and it's not something that's showing. But yeah, it's definitely not 100% accurate. So I can only shout out who is showing.
Okay. What'd you do this weekend?
Yo, I had serious FOMO this weekend. I scheduled myself off this weekend because my yard was looking like the Amazon jungle. So I did a lot of yard work this weekend. A piece of my soul died every time I got out there and had to do more yard work. I had my 7-year-old cousin this weekend, so she stayed with me. And
so you put her to work?
No, actually, she played with sidewalk chalk. I definitely didn't indenture servant her, which I wanted to, but I can't do that to her. But I also hit up the Dutchess County Fair. But like SNS had a performance on Friday night, and I really wanted to go to that. Didn't make it. Valiant was playing this Saturday down in Mount Vernon. Wanted to go to that. Didn't go. Angela Yee Day was down at Barclays, and then Asian was down at Barclays on Sunday. There was so much that wanted to pull me out of the house, but I was disciplined and I stayed home.
Hey, I know somebody that used to say they just getting their rent's worth. You know what I mean? Like they just stay home. Like, yo, I'm just getting my rent's worth. Like I paid for this. I gotta.
No, I didn't want any part of that this weekend. I was like, somebody needs to put up an electric fence and put one of those shot collars on me, because that's how I felt this weekend. Like if I leave the property, somebody needs to stun me. But I was good. I stayed home.
That's what's up. Yeah, you know what? I seen that there was some like horse races going on like Saturday
Listen,
night.
I can't talk
and
about it.
And I was like, yo, when I was watching it, like I seen it on the TV real quick. I was like, yeah, Erin
watching
this right now. She's probably watching this right now.
I do
got a question, right? So there's the regular like horse races with the jockeys that like actually ride the horses, right? But what's up with like this other variation where you're like in this cart, like
harness racing,
literally right behind the horses behind.
So the thoroughbreds are the turf and dirt track,
and you leaning back like you in your Mazda in 05. You know
so
what I mean?
Those are it's a different breed of horses. Those are the standard breds, and they're the trotters, so they're gated horses. So it is two totally different. I've been to the track in Monticello once upon a time when I was little, but that's not my interest. I like the thoroughbred racing, which that was another thing I wanted to go to because the horse, my favorite horse, Torpedo Anna, shout out to her. She won this weekend up in Saratoga. That was another thing I wanted to go to, and I did not go. I did bet on her. She won. I bet on Sovereignty in the Traverse, and he won. So I made it a couple dollars this weekend as well.
Hey, that's what it is, man.
From the crib.
It's all about getting that smiggle yang.
Shout out to the apps.
Have you been watching Drewski's Could Have Been Records?
No.
I gotta tell you, you gotta keep up with it. He's dropping it now once a week like it's a show, and I'm gonna be real, like it's entertaining. Like, I wouldn't say it's like Baddies, but there's something in there like it's Baddies. But it's also like a talent search, but we're scouring people with no talent because it's funny.
Oh my
But
God.
there are a couple people on there that, like, for the most part, they're all people that are kind of somewhat known on social media. Not that they're an influencer, but you know, they might be funny, they might do this, they might got this catchphrase, like, and they end up, you know, kind of getting bumped up the list. Like, yeah, those people are gonna be on the show. But yo, there's a dude from Baltimore on there. His name is Bipple Yip Snip, right? He got
That's a real name?
he got his own little lingo. I mean, it's the
No.
Baltimore lingo, but he got his own little lingo on there, and it's, you know, he definitely, I think, got everybody captivated right now. So yeah, I would say check that out for whoever's listening. Definitely check that out. It's funny. It's mad funny.
Is that what you did this weekend?
Nah, not necessarily. I kept it cool this weekend. It was just with some friends, nothing crazy.
No yard work for you?
Nah, not at all. Not at all. A lot of music came out on Friday. I mean, we've been hoping for active Fridays like this for many months, and it's hitting us like crazy left and right. Did you get a chance to listen to anything that came out on Friday?
So before we get into the actual drops, something that you predicted that didn't officially drop yet but got teased was that Fergie Baby Cameron feature for the Harlem River Drive II that's coming out sometime this year.
I mean, let's talk about it.
It's super fire, but it was literally you talked to him on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. And he performed it on a Tuesday.
On Tuesday, all I had in my head was that SpongeBob edit with the 48 hours later.
Yeah, literally 48 hours later. But yeah, sometimes, you know, that's just how we do. Sometimes you know what to ask and when to ask it, and you know, when you get a feeling, you don't go against your feeling. Have that feeling with confidence. But yeah,
I can't wait for that to drop. We'll definitely be spinning that on the show when he drops that, because that sounds like it's fire. But the only thing that I tapped into, a couple singles from some In the Field alumni. Oh, I tapped into Supreme Clientele too. We can get into that in a second. But Connie Diiamond dropped a remix to her song Jet with Stunna Sandy on it.
Of course. Yeah, I did hear that.
And then Ronnie dropped the song with Honey Bxby and Basswag, the Just Us record. So I tapped into that.
Okay. That was the only project you heard though over the weekend? Supreme Clientele too?
Yeah. I wanted to check out BigXthaplug and I wanted to check out Offset, but I fell way short in the game.
So Offset was cool. I mean, I feel like we got to give it the Supreme Clientele its proper respect. Like, we might as well get straight to that first.
Yo, that Nas verse, let's just go there.
Listen, once you told me that a lot of these are like 20 years old, like, and that the songs aren't like, oh, we just cooked this up last month, it makes me appreciate it, or want to appreciate it a little bit more. But I also been liking Ghostface's rollout right now, like him stopping at all the podcasts, getting his little press off and whatnot. Like, he been having some wild stories, and it's like, dang,
I was gonna say, just the way that he's been talking about it has had me intrigued in general, and then hearing it kind of put it all together for me.
He said he was supposed to get a Mac Miller verse before Mac Miller passed away.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
He had some like, the interviews are probably, because somebody who's been in the game for so long and is so insightful and has been on, you know, getting my business straight, and has been on who needs their business straight. Nobody has their business straight. You know what I mean? Like, yo, he even made mention that Lil Wayne, when he tried to get a Lil Wayne verse, and Wayne asked him for $150,000 a verse.
That's wild to me.
And I don't think that is absurd, but to Ghostface, it's like, yo, back in the day, it was like, I threw you a verse, you threw me a verse. And it's like, you know, obviously it was like one of those moments where he even had to realize, like, yo, you kind of got to get with the times. But he's also like, I don't respect it. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know? Nah, some real good interviews.
Well, and those are the type of stories that are in hip hop. It's just priceless. Hip hop historian type stories.
Yeah, you know, and he a healthy dude. He was talking about how he went to Africa to get a natural cure for diabetes. Yeah. He got crazy stories, man. He been doing this forever. He's actually coming to Poughkeepsie soon.
Is he?
I believe Zen Dining Lounge.
Oh,
I'm pretty
correct.
Sure.
Yep, you're right.
Coming out there pretty soon.
You're right.
We might gotta pull up and snag that interview.
Did you see him when he came to Vassar?
No, I didn't.
And he came to the Chance once upon a time.
Yeah. I saw him in Connecticut. This was like last year or two years ago.
Yeah, it's dope anytime he rolls through Poughkeepsie.
Oh yeah. So you mentioned BigXthaplug. BigXthaplug, to country. I'm gonna be real.
Really?
I don't know what he's doing. He got country dudes singing on it. He got joints with Jelly Roll. And then I seen an interview with BigXthaplug saying that his song "The Largest" he didn't even write.
Who wrote it? Did he say, or was he
said
just...
one of his boys from out his camp? He don't like doing hooks because he don't like being repetitive. It was exactly what he said. But taking that into consideration, I'm like, yo, you might just be more of a country dude, and you just knew this other song that has nothing to do with country was gonna pop.
Yeah.
And, it's yeah, I don't know. It wasn't for me. I was actually very shocked at the amount of like country influence it had. I probably didn't even get past like the 4th track.
Really? Yo, honestly though, I've been feeling the kind of like country hip hop, country R&B vibe lately, so it might be right up my alley.
Yeah. And I feel like that's kind of where country be headed.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, like all of those beats are like, you could tell somebody made them. That's not a band. That's not somebody's drum. That's not, it's very much like that. And they even melodically is very much like almost like the trap R&B-ish type vibe between the beats and what's going on.
Definitely.
But I would say, yo, this 2 Chainz album, I don't know if you got a chance to hear it.
No.
This is, I want to say it's off of a movie. It's called the ATL Experience. It's called the Red Clay soundtrack. So I'm not sure if this is for like something having to do with 2 Chainz himself. I'm not sure if this is just like some regional vibe, regional movement, something that's going on, and he's, executive produced up with it. I have no idea what's going on. But he got some flows on there. I'm not gonna lie. He got some flows on there. He on slow beats. It's yeah, I would definitely tell anybody to go check that out, especially if you're a 2 Chainz fan. He's getting in his bag. He's getting in his bag on that.
Did you listen to Conway?
I haven't.
You know what else I keep hearing good things about? I keep hearing good things about Mariah the Scientist.
Yeah, that's not really my vibe, but I know her, she got the fans and obviously she gets the extra look off of being with Dude. Yo, I do want to say Thug had a verse. It might have been on this 2 Chainz album if I'm correct. We gonna have to be honest one of these days and say, yo, Thug really can't hang with Gunna like that.
Yo, you know what? You're not the first person that said that.
It's like the best verse that I've heard from him since he's been home.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, yo, this ain't nothing. This ain't nothing. And I think it was on that 2 Chainz album.
Interesting. I'll have to check that out for sure.
Yeah.
And then Teyana Taylor dropped.
See, I didn't listen to that neither. I'm not really big on the new school R&B. Like, that's not me.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that.
I'm still be running around playing. All I really want is to be, you know what I mean? Like,
well, it's the anniversary of Aaliyah's death.
Okay.
So
that's a great segue.
Speaking of classic R&B, so rest in peace to her.
Yes, for sure.
That was still a major loss that we feel to this day.
Oh, that's big facts. And on a brighter note, 20th anniversary of Trap House by Jeezy. I mean, by not Jeezy, my fault, by Gucci Mane. I was bumping that today at work. You know what I mean? I was like, oh yeah, this my little vibe right here. In my trap house.
Yo, he's wild. Did you read his book?
Nah, I didn't.
You should. Amazing.
Yeah, I gotta tap in with that.
Masterpiece. Yeah, absolutely. But I actually have a little. Jeezy sat down with the Baller Alert show, and they asked him about his recording process. And when he first started recording, he used to punch in 1 word at a time. Can you imagine how long that would take?
I feel like I don't believe that, at all, because that only means a few things. It's either you're ridiculously meticulous,
He was
or you're horrible.
probably a little bit of both. That was kind of the vibe that he was giving off, because he was saying that he's gotten a lot better since then. But he was saying that he would go over it and he would stack it. And he said that on any given verse that he would stack at least 10 to 15 times.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
That's dedication. And you know, most rappers are like, you maybe can get two stacks. That's it.
Good takes. Sheesh, man. So what else you been paying attention to, man? I've been seeing this this Rampage Jackson son is all over the headlines right now. You know anything about that?
No, I'll tell you what I saw was Snoop Dogg, that he's getting dragged through the headlines.
Why? What'd he do?
Oh my God, this man.
I thought he was just making kids shows and he was out the way.
That's what I thought too. And then, so I saw that he was trending and a lot of people were tearing Snoop apart. And I was like, what did Uncle Snoop do? So I looked it up, and apparently he made some controversial LGBTQ plus comments, which you know how that goes automatically. So I guess he made an appearance on the It's Giving podcast.
Okay, what was it giving? Tell us.
It was giving disaster. So I guess he described a time when he took his grandson to see the movie Lightyear in the theaters.
Oh, the Buzz Lightyear movie.
So during the movie, there's a character with two moms, and apparently his grandson started asking questions that he felt that he wasn't equipped to answer. And during the podcast, he started questioning why there would be that type of representation in a children's film. And the internet is not here for it. And I feel like it was definitely presented almost like, you know how Snoop sometimes like puts foot in mouth very innocently?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's kind of how it came across. Obviously, I didn't listen to the episode. I didn't have time to go check it out for myself. So I don't know like what the larger context of the conversation is. So I can only go by what's being reported in blogs and that. So obviously it's only going to be like the quick hot take. But man, the internet is not there. Like, basically the internet's opinion is that how at 50 some years old is he not equipped to answer those questions for his grandson?
I don't know how long y'all been following Snoop Dogg, but if y'all heard anything about what he had to say about women, listen, nothing is off the table for that man.
And he's very honest about his opinions. He's not afraid to,
yeah, I mean, he's shooting it how it came across to him. And you know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like we forget that like podcasts at certain times, like, yo, we just having conversations.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be outraged that something shocked me and this was my reaction to it. And I told y'all what my thought process was. And now what y'all, you know what I mean? Like, bro, I think sometimes we just lose sight that like, yo, people be people, and like,
I was just going to say people are human.
And that's how he interpreted it. And that's what it was for him.
Yeah, I think people are just, anytime you say something to that, and people are going to be outraged by it. And so I almost feel like he also should know better. Like, but I also feel like he probably would stand on business with whatever he says. So I don't think it's something that he's going to back down on, but it'll be interesting to see whether he issues an apology or whether he doubles down. So that's kind of what I'm looking to see, whether he responds to the internet backlash or if he doesn't.
In these past few years, we've definitely been seeing a different and more mature Snoop. So
yes.
I wouldn't really be able to put my finger on which one I would assume, but hey, it is what it is, man.
See him be like, oh man, I didn't realize that was going to be offensive. Let me apologize for this. But like, we've also seen him double down in the past. So like I said, it'll be interesting to see which route he takes. So I'm going to stay tuned in and see which take we get from him.
That's a fact. Matter of fact, speaking of other rappers making headlines, man, Lil Nas X, did you see him?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So somebody was driving down the street in California somewhere, and they happened to see, actually it was in San Fernando Valley on Ventura Boulevard. So somebody's driving down the road. They end up seeing somebody running down the street naked. They stop the car. It's Lil Nas X. And they start asking him some questions. I don't really know to break down whatever he's trying to say back, right? But eventually, police cops, did show up to the scene, and as of right now, they are saying that he might be facing years in prison. He was charged with 4 felonies as of right now, including battery with injury on a police officer.
Yeah.
Originally, I think TMZ broke the story as per usual, but they say when they were confronting him that he charged the officers and presumably injured at least 3 of them, hence the 3 felony charges. I don't know what the 4th one would be for, but probably just being bucket naked in the streets.
Which that seems almost like either mental health or drug related type issues.
Oh no, like, because obviously everybody's gonna jump out the window with like, oh, he be doing all that satanic and this is it. He sacrificed something and gave up his. Listen. He just in a bracket. He in a different bracket, so he's in a different drug bracket too.
Not just
he's
that.
Not
sometimes
on what y'all are smoking on.
Sometimes those drugs cause those types of reactions too. So if it wasn't just like strictly a mental health issue, some of those drugs can cause those types of reactions. I was surprised by the felonies if it was if it was a mental health crisis or if it was, that type of a drug related reaction. I was surprised that there was felonies attached.
What's next for him?
I don't know, because didn't he get himself canceled? So he was kind of like laying low, and then this happened.
How was he canceled?
What didn't he do or say something? I couldn't. I was actually talking about this recently with somebody, and I had asked the same question, and they were like, "I don't know." It was almost like people just kind of like forgot.
Right. Well, we forgot clearly. But
well, that's what happens when you kind of like have that flash in a pan moment, and people move on.
Yeah. I mean, he's had joints since then, but you know what I mean? It's just he always hits and then goes away and then hits and then goes away. So it's like
but I think with him
I feel like he gotta publicly go to rehab or something, bro. You looking too crazy. And to know that a majority of your following is like kids that live with their parents.
Well, and I think his image was just very much like based on shock value, and people were not really buying into that towards the end. Like there's only so much of that people are really gonna stick around for before it's like, okay, cool, like what else, what's here.
Yeah, he got to go on that public clean it up vibe if he wants to get back to anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sad to see though, because would you consider him a child star?
How old was he when he broke on the scene?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think he was a child star. I think he was late teens.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I guess you're right. Man.
Yeah, he was 19 years old when Old Town Road was released in December of 2018.
Yeah, so I can't knock that, because that's like saying, like, you know what I mean? Jadakiss was 18 and signed, 19 and signed. You know what I mean? Like, you look around and it's like, though you think that is like, oh, yo, that's mad young. Like, that's when just about everybody gets on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, before I mention Rampage Jackson and his son making headlines, like, so Rampage Jackson, legendary UFC fighter, right? And he's been streaming now. Now he's a streamer. Him and his son stream, and they basically, whatever, I respect whatever their bond is, but they be going on like 2-mans to go link up with like girls and whatnot on the stream, like him and his dad. Anyway, he ended up streaming and going to like some like lower tier wrestling event, and he's chilling, hanging out with the wrestlers while he's streaming. And there's a dude near, what's his name? Syco Stu, I believe is his name. The wrestler ends up smashing a can of beer on his head. And he's like, yo, what, starts spazzing out, cursing at him. He's like, yo, I ain't soft. Like, what you think you doing? Da, da, da. And the other guys are trying to say, you hear him on the stream, they're like, yo, he's no jobber. Right? And within the wrestling world, like, a jobber is like You know, you are who got hired for us to beat up, basically. You know, I mean, they're coming to see us, so they just want to see us beat somebody up, and you're just kind of who we're gonna book, and that's your character name, whatever, right? So they're trying to explain to him like, yo, he's no jobber. Anyway, dude is apparently some like veteran with like possible mental health problems and such, and this kid did not take lightly to having this older guy smash this beer can upon his head. And later on in the evening, it's still in the air. I feel like everyone's trying their best PR job to be like, this was supposed to happen or it wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
But he ends up running up in the ring, picking this dude up. Now I'm saying this guy that he picked up had to be like 300 plus pounds.
Oh my God.
And literally slammed him. But you see this, his head smacked that mat and came right back up. And he was knocked out. This kid started punching him in the face, all sorts of stuff. Now, mind you, he's no kid, but I just called this Lil Nas X a kid when he was on, right? But like, this is a young adult. We'll put that there.
Yeah.
Right? But he was inflicting some damage out there. Now, granted, your father is a UFC legend, so you've probably picked up some things along the way. But you got to check out that video. If you got your phone in your hand right now, go check out that video. Don't pause us though. Do this after. Respectfully. Oh no, that's my TED talk to them.
That's wild.
Anything you want to shout out? Anything you want to touch on before we get on out of here?
Nope. I think it's about that time.
It is about that time. It's time to play the game. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, now it's time. Now you can load up your wrestling. Put the WWE on. You know what it is. It's been another Monday night. Now it's not 10 p.m., so I feel like I shouldn't say that at this point of the show. But listen, your boy Rapz, Erin Boogie, 91.3 FM, WVKR, Poughkeepsie Independent Radio.
We out.
I got it.